He said, back up in the what's happening there? I didn't know I was rapping for Tejo, Floyd, whatever. What's happening with y'all, man? Peace. Peace and love. Wolf love. Hope everybody's having a blessed, what's today? Is it Friday? Thursday. You don't judge me. Anyway, what's going on, world? J1, that's the only great one left. Back at it like an addict, man. Another one like the other one. Press that button. It don't cost you nothing. You know what I mean? Double tap that screen if you know what I mean, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my Summer Boy Island vibes. You know what I'm saying? Not Island Boy. Get it right. You know what I'm saying? We ain't, you know what I mean? But listen. It says, we only love family. That's right, Marquise. You already know the vibes. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody that's been tapping in, man. You know what I'm saying? Tapioca pudding, man. Tap in like Savion Glover, man. You know what I'm saying? Tap in with the ism, man. One time for the one time, though. You know what I mean? We've been doing numbers, man. Numbers like a Fitbit, man. Numbers like a, you know what I'm saying, like a mathematician, man. We've been doing numbers like a calculator, man. You know what I'm saying? He said, make sure you hit that like button. Yes, sir, big time. I appreciate you. When you come in the door, wipe your feet. You know what I'm saying? You know the rules, man. If you don't already, it's all good. I appreciate y'all being here with me. You know what I'm saying? As you know, we've been going all the way up like a turtleneck, man. You know what I'm saying? It's up and stuck like a cat in the tree, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm popping it like Orville Redenbacher, man. Getting grease all over your B word, man. You know what I mean? YouTube, you lucky I can't really, you know what I mean? I'll be done. I be done put that whole, how y'all feeling, man? He said, no dirty shoes in the crib. Hey, come on, man. I like that one. We gonna keep that one, right? Big time, we gonna keep that one. No dirty shoes in the crib, man. That's how we feel about it, man. You know, you wipe your feet, sit down, you know what I'm saying? Meet, greet, you know what I'm saying? And it's always a treat when it's players that's elite. Hello? You know what I mean? Like that. He said, R.I.P. Hulk Hogan. Does this look Hulkish? This look like a Hogan type of shirt? I don't know. It do feel kind of Miami-ish, you know what I'm saying? I was feeling real Miami, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling like about to hit that beach talking about, you know what I mean? Hey, down Collins, wildin', you know what I'm talking about? Hopping out on your B word, looking absurd, you know what I mean? On the curb, like, hey, you know what I mean? I was feeling a real player with this. It's something about fabrics, man. I don't know. See, this is what I realized later in life, right? I was always attracted to certain things and I had no idea why, right? I was always my mom would be like, you know how what black mamas happen in the store. You walk in the store, don't touch nothing, right? That was the black mama rule. We go in here, you don't touch nothing, right? That was, cause you know that's the first thing we doing. Oh my, can I get this? I did not say don't touch nothing. I just wanted this. Yeah, exactly, boy. You know how much that costs? That's $300. And I'll be like, oh, I don't know, I just like it. That's how I was. I always liked the stuff that was expensive. And I wound up getting popped for touching it. Pause. Hit that like button if you just came in the door, man. You know what's in store. We keeping it all the way raw. Pause. You know what I'm saying? This one right here is actually, I don't know why I'm going to tell y'all the story. I don't even, I know I'm not running out of stories, but I'm just like, to be honest, I feel like this was a foundational moment in my life, to be honest. And since I'm being honest with y'all, and since y'all see I be, you know what I'm saying, popping it and I be on my player stuff, I gotta show y'all where the real origin of this whole thing happened, man. Cause it was some real stuff, man. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, one day I just, oh, you hate women or no, whatever, right? I got to know the nature of women at a very young age, from a very personal standpoint, from a very brutal, you know what I'm saying, aspect, if you did. You know what I mean? I got to know things that a lot of men don't get to know until later in life when I was a young wolf, young pup. You know what I'm saying? He said, Hawaii Jones, Hawaii, yeah, we could do Hawaii, but no 5-0. You know what I'm saying? Hello? Yeah, Hawaii Jones, I mess with that. Waikiki, you know what I'm saying? Cal Avenue and all that. Yeah, we could do that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hawaii, mahalo. You know what I'm saying? Aloha and mahalo, right? To all my islanders. You know what I'm saying? My Samoans, all the good stuff, right? Tongans, you know, we do them islands, man. We out there. We out there on the Calis and the West Coasts and you know what I'm saying, and the Hawaiis and the Oahu's and the Lahainas and the, you know what I'm saying, all the, you know, we do the Hawaii thing. You know what I'm saying? He said, jury depreciates quick. It's a waste of money. Well, you're right. You're absolutely right, brother. That's why I actually bought this material myself, took it to somebody, bought the diamonds then myself, took it to somebody, and had them do the work and put it in so I don't have to pay 2 middlemen. So I cut out a lot of that to keep it funky with you. I know it sounds less exotic than I dropped 100 bands at Johnny Dang. Yeah, I'm talking about, yeah. Just dropped a bag at Johnny. And then Johnny come out the back like, you know what I said? Flawless gang. You know what I'm saying? I guess that would have been a little cooler to y'all, I guess. But you know what I mean? I'm more about what you saying, brother. You know what I'm saying? Jewelry does depreciate in value. Jewelry doesn't, you know, get us no money except for if somebody is really just jacking our swag, right? So as you noticed, if you paid attention, I had my piece looking a little janky for a while because I didn't even bust it back down. And some of y'all was like, oh, what is that, yo? Instead of Geechee trying to clown me, all of this shit, right? Just because I didn't pay to get the extra diamonds to bust my shit down. You know why? Because I had my priorities in order, sir. Hello? Okay? Now that I'm stable, you know what I'm saying? I've had a nice, comfortable place to be in for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I got all my cars still. I got new cars in the fleet. You know what I'm saying? I'm catching up on and caught up on all of this stuff, right? Now I can say, okay, you know what? Let me at least get my piece, you know, looking super elite. You dig? You know what I'm saying? Hello? I did it the right way. You know what I'm saying? And look, if you're gonna hate, try hate gets you blocked, okay? So GAY is not a go, okay? You gotta go, okay? Let's see, what else? See, because this is what's sad. Some of y'all, if y'all not policed or something, so somebody hit me up about being a moderator. I'm not gonna lie. We are getting to the point now, once you got 30,000 people coming through a live, where yesterday we had 23,000 in one live and we had 16,000 in another live. So if you just got here, we over 100 already. I need you to wipe your feet at the door and double tap that screen one time. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Pause with that. You know what I mean. Anyway, you know the Harlem in me. I gotta pause everything. I gotta get over that. But you know what the protocol is, all right? You know who the protocol is, and you know what the protocol is, all right? Hello? I like that. Ooh, we're gonna keep that. We're gonna keep that in the arsenal. Ooh, we're gonna keep that. He said, you know who the protocol is, and you know what the protocol is, all right? So double tap that screen if you know what I mean. It don't cost you nothing to press that button. Yeah, that's how we gonna do it. That's a nice salesman pitch right there, right? You see, I got the game in me, y'all. I can't help it, right? My dad gave me this, you know, taught me how to be a salesman. And we talking about today one of the most pivotal moments in my life where when I was a younger guy, I got bit by the hustle bug before I got bit by the love bug, right? I didn't understand how niggas was, you know, going crazy over sex, right? I didn't get it at first because one, it took me a long time to even feel comfortable enough to let people be able to say, oh yeah, I got Lil Limo. Yeah, I got him. And that's how girls was coming in my hood. They was claiming you like you was the female back then. Some of y'all girls think that's a new thing with this era. Nah, they've been on that since the 80s and 90s, baby. Girls in the hood would be talking bad about us. They talk bad about you, bruh. They gonna tell everybody, you know what I'm saying, you shrimpy. They gonna, you know what I'm saying, they gonna, you ride past the stoop. This is what I didn't like. This is what I did not like. If someone is, okay, hold on. Let me get to your super chat. First of all, let me address this, right? Shout to everybody that does show love here. I appreciate you. I love you, right? Make sure you hit that like if you haven't already. Double tap that screen if you know what I mean. But for my people that send actual super chats and stuff like that, I'm going to get to your question to make sure I address it right in the sequence of how we chopping, right? If that's okay with you. You know what I'm saying? So the AI Variety Show, I appreciate you. Shout to your donation. I'm gonna get straight to you, but in the future, like if I'm mid-story or whatever, don't think I'm not addressing your question right away. That's what I'm saying, all right? I'm gonna get right to you, and if I don't get right to you, I'm gonna scroll up and I'm gonna see, because I respect your money. I respect your money. Hello? Like, I hope you respect my time and my game. See, you know what I'm saying? You see the fair exchange, no robberyness? You know what I'm saying? See the transactional relationship that I'm naturally inclined to have, right? This is how I was bred. You know what I'm saying? This is what I was taught to think like, right? Which to me is love, right? That's love. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, damn, that's love. You got something for me, I got something for you. Love. That's, to me, I don't see what's wrong with that, right? But we're gonna get into it, right? The AI Variety Show says, if someone is adding value on the materials, could they actually resell jewelry for a profit or not? So, wait, so my bad. Let me read you correctly. Pause. If someone is value adding on the materials, could they actually resell the jewelry for a profit or not? I'm not sure what you mean by value adding on the materials, to be honest. If you're saying that somebody does more to their own, pardon me. Can y'all hear me? Am I back? It's not lagging. It overheated again. See, look, I don't know. Y'all are crazy, man. I don't know how y'all be making this live this hot, this fast, man. This don't even make sense technology-wise. Like, why does my phone have to overheat just because it's a whole bunch of people coming in the live? Like, I don't get that part. It's like, it really be making my phone just, like, it just gets hot. It's the only thing that does that. Like, I don't understand that. I'm gonna have to talk to, like, Apple about this, bro. I'm really trying to avoid buying a new one. You see this? You see this cheap thing I'm going through right now? This is how you know I'm an old school nigga. I'm like, man, I do not want to buy a new phone, bro. Why I gotta buy a new phone? Damn. Can you just work right, please? Come on, man. Like, act right, bro. I gotta have a talk with this phone. We gotta have a real sit down. Like, bro, look, all the shit we've been through, all the shit we've been through, you gonna do this to me now? Like, come on, man. I need you. I need you, 13. I know you're old, okay? I know you're old. I know there's 3 more versions of you. But that's not the point. We've been through stuff together. I want to keep you. Is that all right? Can I keep you, baby? Can you hold me down, please? Right now, I just need you to hold me down. All right? Damn. Let me get through this live. We can talk after the live. All right. My bad, y'all. We had the bitches. You know how this shit is, man. You gotta have a talk with you. Listen, baby, come on now. All right? Can we talk later? He said, bro, is tripping. Nah, I got a sense of humor, man. That's all. He said, responding to the depreciating comment saying, thinking that might not be the case. Now, look, if you doing anything, right? As long as you get good materials, right? Let's say if you go to the same places that the people that you shop from go, it's all you doing is cutting the middleman out. Nothing changes about the value of nothing except for if you getting not good quality stuff, right? Because maybe you don't know the good guy, right? So maybe somebody, in which they do all the time in the Diamond District, I'll tell you like this. I almost, I like to segue stuff in the story so I can stay entertaining, right? So, all right, boom. I'm kind of learning the formula. You know what I mean? I'm kind of learning. You know what I mean? I'm learning. I'm a slow learner at certain stuff, but I'm getting it. That's why I'm a good influencer now. It's why we take it over the internet low key. You know what I'm saying? This is why low key niggas ain't getting 60,000 views and then in 2 lives, nigga. Before it get on the internet, stop playing with me. Sorry, I had to pop it right there. My bad. I'm saying no. You know what I mean? Alchemists say, hey, what's poppin'? You know what I'm saying? But like, you know what I mean? And by the way, no dry hate or you're getting blocked, okay? Put some seasoning on your hate here, all right? You gotta have some jokes in it. You gotta make me laugh, all right? You can't just tell me my stuff is fake while I sit in a obviously multi-million-dollar house with a damn view of boats across the street, because that's just ridiculous and it's just not fun, okay? You gotta make it fun, all right? The hate's gotta be fun. Right? Otherwise, you're just hating for no reason. Why do I want to see that, right? Why do we want to see that, right? At least make somebody else laugh, something. Roast me. You know what I'm saying? Make me laugh. I'm not, as you can see, I can laugh at myself. You know what I mean? We having fun here. But don't just come in here with dry negativity, please, because you're just trying to distract the vibes, and we're not going to have that. And all of the Jonesians, okay, boom. See, you got to go now. See that? No continuing to spam for your own purposes. Right? I understand some people see, let me go promote this. No, that's not what we're doing. You're not going to commandeer Jonesland for your own side purposes and missions. Sorry, okay? The Joneslandians, the serious lifers, you know what I'm saying? Those of us, the wolves, we gonna sniff you out, we gonna hunt you trolls down, and I'm either gonna troll you back or I'm gonna make sure your trolling is controllable. And if you're out of control trolling, you're just gonna get banned, all right? Because you're just being crazy. I'm gonna let you troll, as long as you pay your toll. Just double tap the screen. That's it. Pay your toll, and you're good. You know what I'm saying? You can say whatever you want, as long as you don't disrespect any groups of people, as long as you don't disrespect any religions, and as long as you don't call me a liar. Because one thing I'm not going to do is sit here as a grown man on the internet with a bag of spinach on the back of my phone and a paper towel in between lying to you. Because that's literally what's going on right now, just so that my phone doesn't overheat enough to talk to you. And you think that I'm going to sit here capping with that going on? That's crazy. You be a different type of nigga to be lying with some spinach on the back. Because that's a crazy scenario. I can't even believe that's what's going on right now. But hey, that's better than you laying in the freezer while you talk to me right now, or me having to stop this live, right? So what would you rather? Keep it a stack, right? Right? You know what I'm saying? So look. All right, wait a minute. Dog. See now that's dry hate. That's dry hate. See what I mean? See, that's not funny. See, that was a good try, but I don't even think that's a good try. Dog looks like he carries a cup on the street. Is that what this? Let me just. Is this what that looks like? This looks like a nigga that carries a cup on the street. Like, what are you doing? What? You talking about, man? Let me find you and put you in timeout for that, man. You stand in the corner and think about your jokes, okay? Because that's just ridiculous, okay? Dude look like he stay outside gas stations to beg for money. See, and the same guy, look, no, another swing and a miss, bro. That's not what this looks like. That's not what this looks like, brother, okay? That's not what this looks like. That's not what this looks like. None of that looks like that, okay? So that's just, again, dry hate and negativity, sir. You're going in timeout. What should we give him, folks? I'm going to let y'all decide. Should we give him a half an hour or 24 hours? Y'all decide his fate. You're on trial now. You had 3 infractions. The Joneslandians have your fate in their hands now. They shall decide what should happen to them. Half hour? I've got 2 half hours. I got 24 hours. We got 24 hours. We got a half hour. You're using... Yo, stop. You can't make me laugh. You almost pulled the fucking muscle. Yo, this nigga say you're using fake grass. Yo, y'all, I got the best troll in the world, man. I swear. Nigga say you're using fake grass. Nigga said we gonna determine to find something. I'm gonna find something, nigga. Your grass is fake. Now what? That's hilarious, yo. That's funny. Nigga said like an astroturf. Okay, well, Sauce God, yeah, you know we always use the trolls. This is how we're going crazy right now because we hide from nothing. You have no idea the story I'm about to tell right now. If you did, you wouldn't have got yourself banned. But you know what? You know what, Sauce God? I'm gonna give you another chance to troll again. I'm gonna give you a chance to troll again. And maybe when you come back, you'll have some seasoning on your trolling and on your hating, because that's just dry. Because then look, he said another thing. You're broke as F. Oh. Well, I'll see you in half an hour if you're lucky, if we're still here, okay? If you come back with some better trollage, I'll admit it, and you'll be accepted here in Jonesland, because trolls are welcome here, as long as you're a respectful troll. As long as you respect the relationship that we have going here, okay? This is a majority rules place. You ain't gonna come here and try to unite the trolls against Jones. No, okay? We rock with each other here. Don't be coming trying to mess up our relationship like you gonna convince everybody else to, come on guys, let's troll together and get them. Like, no, stop. It's not gonna happen, brother. And you're not the guy to do it. So, see you in a half hour, buddy. Go look at the wall. Let me make sure I'm getting the right guy. Yep. Put this. Oh, oops. I blocked you. All right, I'm gonna unblock you. I didn't mean to block you. Damn. Oh, wait. Oh, let me see. Can I block him? Can I unblock him? Oh, my bad. You lucky I unblocked you, bro. I almost officially blocked you, B. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Sauce God. Yeah. I got him. He's in a half-hour timeout. Let's see if he has some sauce by the time he comes back, because he dried in the motherfucker. Get out of here. Anyway, so he said, let's hit that 100. Yes, absolutely. Can we hit the 100 likes, please? Can we just get respectable, please? Can we get respectable? Can we respect the live at least? Can we do that? Because a lot of y'all in here is in here with what my man would call dirty shoes. Okay, you just walked in the house, dirty shoes, just walking around and shit, talking about, oh, what's going on? Take your shoes off, bro. Damn. Wipe your feet. It's muddy, all type of shit outside. It's dirty outside. It's a dirty world out there. When you come into Jonesland, can you just wipe your feet? When I'm sitting here being all honest and pure and natural, walking around my house, you know, with my tropical stuff on, feeling myself, popping it, you know what I'm saying? Can you at least wipe your feet, please? Can I get that? Thank you. All right. You know what I'm saying? That's just, you know. He said, drop a like, y'all, or I'm pulling up. See, we got people threatening y'all. I don't want nobody getting hurt, man. You know what I mean? Don't be making the serious lifers pop out. You know what I'm saying? Don't be making the wolves pop out, man, because we start spinning on y'all. Better start liking my shit. I'm gonna start getting personal, man. Hey, hold up. What is his name? He be in every live and never like nothing. Oh yeah. And he live in Jersey? Oh yeah. Follow his ass. What's his Instagram? Yeah, you be the one trolling me. Mm-hmm. Pop up at the gym talking about, what's up? What's up now? Internet games. He said he's a rapper, he's Gucci Mane. Man, if I was Gucci, if I was Bird, I probably have like 7 more chains on right now. I should be looking like King Tut right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's see your cars. Just because you ask like that, no. But they've seen my cars, brother. I show my cars on here, and actually stay tuned for the new car video, because the Camaro, the T-Top, the 1979, you know what I'm saying? The Transformer, you know what I mean? It's done. It's coming out the shop, and I just gotta go pick her up. The only thing I'm waiting for is because in California, you gotta have what's called smog tests. Your car gotta not have no smoke, no whatever. And when you're talking about a 1979 with the full speed, that sound like when it sound like that, it gets smoky. Oh yeah, it gets smoky. So, I gotta make sure it passes the smog test. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I'm waiting on. And I'm about to burn up the streets, Jack. So, eat your heart out, haters. I can't wait to ball on your head tops. Pause, too, but whatever. All right. So anyway, let me get focused. All right. Let me get focused. All right. Let me see. This is Method Man. Okay, I do be looking like Meth sometimes. That's funny. All right, I'll take that one. Okay. He's a Diddy assistant. Now that's just corny. See, that's just corny. All right, because some of y'all just be running out of jokes, so the go-to is Diddy lately, and that's why like I'm kind of not feeling that. You know what I'm saying? It's not original. You feel me? Like, come on, come with some. You know what I mean? We need some. He said story time. What the F? Yeah, all right, yeah. I gave him a chance, man. I try to give my trolls a chance. I try to give y'all a, you know what I mean? They never win though. They never got nothing good. You know what I'm saying? I be trying to give them a chance. I don't want people to think I'm not being fair to everybody, right? All right, so anyway, just remind me, y'all, at this point, just tell me who is still here and doing anything weird in the chat so that we can make sure that we, you know what I'm saying, on point, all right? Put the spinach on the back of the phone just so we don't overheat again. This is a new thing. I've never done this ever in life. This has never happened. This is all new to everybody. This is fresh. This is a whole new thing right now. I don't think anybody has 60,000 people in lives just talking about the craziness that they've never said in 20-something years. So, all right, story time. So when I grew up, growing up, I said I caught the hustle bug before the love bug. Let me tell you what I mean by that. When I was 11 years old, my dad basically, I think I was 11 or 12. My dad, used to go play basketball on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? My pop's jump shot is Water. His nickname is Water. In the hood, they actually really sit there and, like pick my pops up before me for pickup ball. That was like, that bothered me. You know what I'm saying? Up until I was like 16, they would still pick my pops up before me in the summer. Like when we playing ball, they were like, yeah, I got big. They be like, what? Like my pops would get picked up before me. Like his jump shot was Water. He just doesn't miss. I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know what's going on. My pops does not miss. And my pops is one of those dead on people that's just a knockout artist. Like him, his brothers, they like real gorillas, no disrespect. I love you, Daddy. I'm not trying to be rude. But, other people's perceptions of my pops, my uncles, and my cousins and them is like, oh, them type stuff, right? And they fight. They heavy-handed, big, big lip, big head black people. Like we overly black and aggressive in my family. You know what I'm saying? Especially my pop side of the family. They from Harlem, they from the Bronx, they from, it's the gutter. It's like my pop's family is all, the people that you hear about. You know what I'm saying? Them stories you hear about, right? And my mother's side of the family is like, it's legendary stuff with my mother's side of the family. My uncle, was a legend. Rest in peace, Billy Tinsley. He was one of the first people that was, supposed to go, pro as a young, guy, all the stuff, right? So basically, growing up, I was taught to like be self-sufficient, like get some money. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't really an option for me to just be like a mama's boy or just be like a house pet or whatever. I was from the era of go outside. Like go outside. We wasn't allowed to stay in the house. Like it was summertime, you gonna go outside and play. You gonna put on your play clothes and you gonna get out this house. That was the rules. And you gonna come home before the street lights. That's the way I was raised. I'm from that era. You know what I'm saying? There was no in between. You know what I'm saying? Grown folks did grown folk stuff and kids stayed in a kid place. And a kid's place to grown folks back then, it wasn't even in the living room. You couldn't even sit in the living room when grown folks were sitting in the living room. It would be like, what you want? And you'd be like, what? I'm just sitting on the couch. Like, you don't see grown folks talking? That was the saying. You don't see grown folks talking? You couldn't just sit around grown people as a kid in my family, in my house. What? Go sit in the, matter of fact, go outside. Go outside and play. And be back before the street lights come on. Those were the rules, right? It was hard body, right? And, you know, I appreciate y'all. I'm reading y'all comments. I'm trying to, but I'm trying to cook to this story, right? Like I gotta focus a little bit. So I appreciate everybody that's just coming in. If you're just getting here, yes, it's me. I appreciate y'all comments. I appreciate your respect. But let me cook to the story. Let me get to the meat of the sandwich. Pause, right? And we're gonna double back, right? If you want to send a super chat, I appreciate it. I will get to your question. And somebody please type the cash up at the bottom, right? Somebody type the cash up at the bottom. Y'all know it already, so I could pin it, all right? So boom. So long story short, my dad is basically hustle man, right? My dad's hustle man. My dad always had 2-3 jobs. My dad even had a paper route at one time, right? And like, we would go with him. We would go with him in the mornings to like, you know, we'd take the family van and load it up with papers. You know, I miss those times, you know what I'm saying? That's when like life was simple. I used to just get in the van with my dad and just mob, you know what I'm saying? And he would go to his different hustles and side hustles or whatever. And on the weekends, we would go play ball together. That was our ritual, right? And that's when we got to spend time together because he was always working, you know what I'm saying? So that's the only time I really saw my dad. My whole life, the only time I really saw my dad was playing basketball on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? And when I had time to go with him on his other job stuff. Because other than that, he was sleeping or he was at work. You know what I'm saying? My dad was really a like sacrificed it all type of man for, you know, 4 kids. You know what I'm saying? In the 80s and 90s, like you really had to, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't no joke, you know what I'm saying? So, especially for somebody that came from Harlem, from my dad's background, you know what I'm saying? So he had to really like work hard, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that we were straight, you know what I'm saying? And he did, right? And we were straight, right? So salute to Big Celine, right? But in terms of like the relationship with money, he taught me and showed me as a young, you know, one day we dropped me off with some waters and just made me, you know, taught me to be a water boy, right? Just sell these waters. I'm like, what? How? And he was just like this. I ain't go water, $1, da-da-da. If you can't sell water in the summer, you can't sell nothing, right? So I was like, damn, all right, you know, I wound up doing it. I wound up making a quick $100, right? I guess he told me it. You know, now you could buy what you want. So you could do this whenever you want. You can buy whatever you want. And the hustle bug bit me, right? Because I realized as long as I sacrificed my pride, as long as I just dealt with people as numbers, as long as I just looked at it as if I yell at this many people in this amount of time, I'm gonna make this amount of money. That's the way I started to look at it. I started to look at things mathematically instead of with my feelings. Because at first I was looking at it with my feelings. I'm not gonna stop people on the street and buy random people and ask them to buy something from me. Like what? Like why? That's what you making me do right now? Like that's what I thought at first. He said facts. That's what I thought at first. Like wait, you're making me have to beg on the streets? That's the way I looked at it at first. And you're pulling off on me? My pops pulled off. He said, I'll be back. He left. And I'm just standing on the street corner like, thank you for pinning that big time. For typing that big time. Let me pin that. That's the Cash App at the bottom for anybody who wants to show random love or cop a book directly. I appreciate y'all. Just Cash App the Wolfway. $, the Wolfway at the bottom. So boom. And if you just come in here, double tap that screen, you know what I mean? We cooking. You know what I'm saying? I'm mid-story, so let me chop, right? It's like hibachi. I'm cooking in front of your face. Let me get to it. Let me put it on your plate. Pause. So boom. My pops basically taught me to basically like kill my pride, kill my ego, and you can do whatever. You can get money, you could hustle. He was an event hustler. He taught me how to hustle at events, just to have an idea of something that people need and have that thing and have the balls to be right there with that thing, right? Have a table, have a this, have a whatever, and be like, hey, here I am with this, right? So it started with the waters, right? I started realizing I could make a quick $100 with some water. right, on the street corner, right? So then I started selling socks. Then I started selling Puerto Rican flags at the Puerto Rican Day Parade, right? I'll take my little brothers, we'll go down to Canal Street or 28th Street and buy 500 flags and stand at the train station exit where everyone has to go out to go to the parade, right? And then anybody that walks past, I'm selling them a flag, right? I'm selling them for $5. I'm buying them for 25 cents, right? This is how I thought when I was 12, 13, right? 14. 14 was my biggest lick, which was the Million Man March. Which I say it all the time. If you listen to me, I tell you the same damn stories because it's the truth, right? And that's when you know niggas be lying when you tell the same story and it be a whole different story. Like if you hear the same story, you know it's because I ain't lying to your ass. Like that's what it was, right? So the Million Man March was what my really big lick was that really changed my mind permanently, right? I think, right? And this story I'm about to tell y'all. It was a combination. So at the Million Man March, I thought it's gonna be 1 million black people in one place. So even though I knew this was gonna be a beautiful day, a beautiful thing for the culture, for the brothers, everything, I knew it also was gonna be a good business opportunity, right? So I drew a shirt. I drew a shirt idea. And I presented it to my pops, who I know is hustle, man, which I know he wanna make some money, because he taught me how to make money like this, right? So I know he gonna wanna make some money when he sees this is a good money idea, right? So he goes, so I show him the shirt. The shirt has the White House. I gotta find that design, because it's somewhere. I gotta find a picture. We got pictures of it or something, because we gotta recreate this, because it's classic, right? This was it. This was the thing that changed my life, really. So it was a picture of the White House, but it was on a white shirt, right? So it was black. And it said the White House at the top, but I had it spray painted out, the white part, and the black house. And on the back, it put a rhyme like 1 million strong all day long. And it looked like a bunch of niggas standing around, a bunch of brothers standing around with the date at the bottom. I was like, this is it. This is the shirt right here, right? So I designed it out. I took it to the printer people, all of the stuff, right? And I showed my pops. When I showed my pops, I'm like, all we need to do is print 1,000 shirts, right? I already had the math worked out, everything. So he's like, all right? So he got his friend Nick from work. Shout out to Nick from work. I don't know what happened to you, Nick. We loved you, bro. And you just disappeared, man. I just asked about you, Nick. I hope everything's good with you, brother. I don't know what's going on, but I love you, my dad loves you, and we consider you family, Nick. You need to tap in, right? But anyway, Nick from work went in with my dad and we got 1,000 shirts. We went to DC. We sold each shirt for $25. Within a few hours, we made $25,000. I remember having pause. I was a kid. I didn't know this was, but I had the fanny pack to the front, like with all the money in it. And I just remember it just kept filling with money so fast, over and over and over and over. I just kept running back to the table, just dumping it into this thing, dumping it into this box, just dumping the money into this box. And like, I didn't even know how much that was, because my pops gave me 8 bands. He was like, this is your cut. This was your idea, this is your whatever. I got 8 bands that day. I didn't even know we made 25 until recently. Because when I was writing the book, I wanted to make sure it was right. So I asked my dad, like, how much money did we make that day? And he was like, we made $25,000 of it. I'm like, well, I only got 8. He like, well, you ain't put no money up, right? He's like, what Nick from work put up, this money, your brothers, this, that. I'm like, all right, yeah, right? But I didn't know we even made 25, because, I know I got 8 out of it, right? But we sold 1,000 shirts for $25 a piece. And it got to the point where we literally wholesaled the rest of the shirt. After it got to the point where it was starting to get low, we wholesaled the rest for $25 a shirt, because somebody else could turn around and sell them for $50 a shirt, or $35, or $30, or whatever they want to do, right? So we came up fast, over, right? So now I'm back in school as a freshman, a nerdy freshman in high school that's just like, we was cool, right? We used to, and I used to, shout to Messi, right? Shout to Messi from Inglewood, and shout to Jamie. I would just say my brother, shout out to Hard Luck. If y'all know about Jersey hip-hop, if y'all know about real boom bap, spitters that really hard body from the trenches, then you might have heard of Hard Luck, right? That's my bro from Patterson, right? That's the goon, right? I just went to his show, right? Wallahi. I was on stage with him, and he shouted out his former cellie, his former cellmate, who's guess what? My man Jamie from Inglewood that I grew up with and used to play ball with. So I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, that was my cellie. I'm like, that's crazy. Jamie happened to be with my peoples that I grew up with also, right? Mets. So I'm like, Mets, what up? Crazy and Jamaican ass, da da da. We used to be, she was like, when I was young, we had girl nemesises. Like, these young girls was bad. And they used to really be thinking that they was dudes and shit, right? So this was the youngest memories I had of the girls in my hood. It was girls that would try to jump me. It were girls that would like really be talking like niggas and da 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 da. I would be trying to hide the fact that I just made 8 bands from a bitch like that, right? I would be trying to hide this shit. I wouldn't be telling them about things that would happen. I had found a gun when I was 9, right? So I had done things that I would hide from a girl. I had never had a girl to really have be my friend or confide in on a level to where I trusted her with the things I was already doing. Does that make sense? He said, put them likes up. Yes, exactly. As Big Tom says, I think it would be appropriate if we have more than 100 likes by now at least. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should wipe your feet when y'all walk in my house, realistically. But, I mean, I don't want to keep distracted from my story to say so. So I'm just repeating what he says. But anyway. So, boom. I'm learning about money and about the relationships of how to deal with people, right? I'm learning how to talk to all different type of people because I'm on the streets chopping like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm a young nigga that's not afraid to approach anyone. Money, right? I would take my little brothers and knock on all the doors in Teaneck and around the neighbor we used to call it, which is Staffalaw, and not trying to be rude, but it used to be called, I don't want y'all to ban me or think I'm saying anything disrespectful, but this part of Teaneck used to be called Jew Heaven, right? And this is where all the nice houses and all this stuff was, and it was literally just across underneath the highway from where we lived. We went to factories, and then dead end, Tenon Park, and then you go underneath the bridge across the highway, and it's a nice, nice houses and all this stuff, right? It's houses on my block, but these are like nice houses, right? So we would go over there. I would take my little brothers and knock on random doors and rake their leaves and cut they, when we would have a lawnmower or something like that. I would always just be on a mission to randomly get some bread from a person I don't know. I'm just okay with, how you doing, man? Listen, we're in the area, da 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 da. I had learned to get comfortable chopping for my money, hunting for my money, right? So the first time that I had a encounter physically, I think we talked about that on the channel. I was telling y'all like how I lost my virginity. It was really to my neighbor, right? And she really was just a young, aggressive, big girl that really was just on her big mama shit that day. And I just let her be it. I just let her do it. But I really didn't enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? It really wasn't something that made me be like, oh yeah, now I need to. It really made me feel like lightweight violence. You know what I'm saying? It lightweight made me feel like, why did I do that type of thing? You know what I'm saying? So I didn't immediately gravitate to what people do. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like that for me because now I'm I'm understanding certain aspects more. I'm understanding money way more than I'm understanding. Because one, not to disrespect my parents, you know what I'm saying, or my household, or my upbringing. I did witness, a lot of turmoil, you know what I'm saying? A lot of drama, a lot of stuff that, you know what I'm saying, like, man, this don't even look smart. Like, man, I don't want to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I ain't doing this like this, right? Because I knew that my parents loved each other. I knew that I remember them dancing together and just being happy together. And I remember the good times. You know what I'm saying? So to see it the other way, it's like, damn, that shit can happen like this? Like that's what can, like, nah. So as a youngster, it kind of like made me a little bit weirder with females. It made me really look at them like, I don't know, man. Right? That's how it made me think. I don't know, yo. So I was literally attracted to girls in high school. I'm not embarrassed to say this now because I'm a big old macaroni about the cheese. And I had all type of women from every part of the angle and every overseas. So I'm not even worried no more about just being honest with the world. I don't care. Y'all can think what y'all want. I've been the man since I was younger than a man. As these stories are going to prove if you fact check them, right? So I really used to think of it like, I don't like the feeling of women or young girls taking advantage of me, right? And that's what they used to act like they wanted to do, right? They'd be whispering in the corner, right? Looking up at me and shit. And it'd be like, such and such like you. And it's like, yeah, she liked me because she want to make a whole big thing out of being with me, right? So the first girl that stepped to me, that just told me she was my girl, she literally chose up. Shout out to Tata. Shout out to Tata. She was Dominican. She was just came over from New York, and everybody was jacking her, right? She was the bad little young Dominican in the school, and she walked up to me one day, and she said, I'm your girl. I'm your girl, and you're not talking to these bitches. That was her saying, right? Shout out to my man, Kerry X. He just... All right, is it working now? Nah, you didn't lose me, Extendo Keith. He said we might have lost him. Hope not. Nah, you ain't lose me, brother. I'm right here, man. Right here, right here. We all good. We all good. It's just y'all be this phone, y'all. I don't know what it is with YouTube. I don't know what it is with this YouTube, but it be getting hot, bro. Like this the only app on this phone that be doing this. Like it be really getting super hot. I don't know why it's doing that. Is it clear though? Can y'all see me? Let me know if y'all can see me clear. Yeah, that bitch get hot, man. You know what I'm saying? We making it hot, literally, bro. Like, it's crazy. He said, listen, man, no more diamonds before you get a new phone. Yo, I'm telling you, it's not the phone, bro. I got a bunch of phones, bro. That's nothing. We got phones. It's like, that's this, I don't know, this is this YouTube app. If nothing else does this on this phone. It's only this YouTube app. You know what I'm saying? Going live. So, I mean, I don't know if it's, you know what I'm saying? If I got to get a new phone for that, then I guess I do, right? You said I'm good? All right, I'm good. We good? We good. All right, so boom. All right, I'm going to stay right here. You know, really, it's 90-something. I'm not telling y'all this either, but it's really hot as hell today, too. It's really like 90-something degrees outside, so that's probably like, contributed. You know what I'm saying? So when I walk outside and walk Sherry or walk whatever, and I got the phone up, it's like the sun is really like, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's cooking it a little bit too. So it's been overheating lately, like when I'm on this live. But let me know if it looks choppy. I don't want to be talking and it's freezing up. So if it starts looking funny, let me know in the comments, all right? All right, so boom. He said, where's Sauce God at? He might not have the balls that came back. You know, some people go stand in the corner and they just, they ain't going to come back correct. So maybe he knew better than to come back here playing, man. King Wolf Jones, salute, Jones World. Appreciate you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Hi, you good. Carry on with the story. All right, Goddess, I got you, love. All right, boom. Let's do it, right? So, boom. Why every time I wear these glasses and this hat, y'all, like, this key, last 2 days, I'm key glock. Because I got buffs and a hat on, like, and a beard. That's key glock. But anyway, all right, so at this time, I'm learning about money, right? I told y'all how I'm understanding how to have relationships that are basically based on hustle. I'm understanding how to talk to anybody. I'm understanding, just in terms of understanding the world as a young man, right? But in terms of women, I told y'all the first interaction that I really had, with a girl that wasn't sexual was Tata. Tata just said, I want to be your girl, right? And I think this was like freshman year. This was around that time where I was, I had just got that money, you know what I'm saying? I was figuring my swag out, but I wasn't necessarily the guy to the hood. My guys was the guys, right? I had a crew that we was like them niggas since we was young, like all together. You know what I'm saying? We used to always be doing weird, crazy stuff. Like the hood would have stories about us, like, you know what I'm saying, when we was young. So it was like that's what made us stand out. You know what I'm saying? So I understood and I knew that I had something special about me from young, but I didn't know necessarily what it was. You know what I'm saying? And with women, I think they saw it in me when I was younger. So it was like the older women used to try to like bring me under their wing a little bit, right? Like the girls that was like 17 and 16, when I was like, 14 and 13 and 15, they used to like bring me around a little bit, right? And I would sit there just listen to them talk about people and seeing how they really look at niggas, how they really look at us, right? So it kind of threw me off a little bit because it made me like, I don't want them to be talking about me like this. I don't want to be just some guy. They like, oh yeah, I da 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 with him. He da 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 da. So it made me start actually being like, nah, let me be on point before I even. So I didn't try a lot. A lot of the stuff that all the young niggas just wild and doing, I'm like, nah, I'm cool, right? To the point where I wasn't smashing the girls that was just the bad neighborhood dots that just want to be down and all that. Nah, I'm cool, right? I used to be cool. Nah, I'm cool, right? So there was this one girl. Should I say a name? I kind of feel like I should say a name. I kind of feel like I should say a name. But I just don't want to get sued or nothing weird or, you know what I'm saying? Somebody looking at it like I'm. So all right, just for the purpose of YouTube not messing with my monetization, I'm not gonna put her on blast. We should put her on blast, just for the principle. Cause when y'all find out the story, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, Jones. Matter of fact, should I put you on the freezer? Let me see how y'all gonna do it. Maybe I should just put you on the freezer like this, right? He said, make the phone on a big old ice block. You make sure the phone on a big old ice block or something. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing right now. It's a big ice block sitting right here in the freezer. Just sit the phone right here. Have a conversation with y'all in the freezer right here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just cool out, literally. You know what I'm saying? I got a bunch of free, you know what I'm saying? The ice, all the ice could get together. We just all sit here freezing in the freezer. You know what I'm saying? We freezing. You know? I'm gonna put it on. That's why I don't just so to stay on this. But look, so boom. There was a young lady that was bad, right? She was bad. She was light skinned, had like these little freckles, right? She had long, straight curls. Not that this is what the definition of bad is, right? Because there's all type of different shades of women that are beautiful. I am not one of those in love with a light skin type of no. But this girl just happened to be this type of complexion. That's crazy. I still remember how she smells. It was like a hint of that straightening comb in it. Because back then, girls used to use straightening combs on their hair. I don't know if they still do that. You know, they use flat irons now. Back then, they used to use straightening combs that like burn your hair and shit. So I remember kind of like smelling that, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, wait a minute. I'm kind of at this stage a little bit reluctant to deal with girls that I heard are fast, right? If I heard that they do a little bit of whatever, I'm cool. I don't want to mess with them, right? Because I was scared then, right? I was thinking about it like, wait a minute, what if she got something and all of that type of stuff, right? It was spooky to me a little bit because I'd heard about stories, right? And I'm like, at this point, I'm not really getting no box like that. Everybody's jacking me and feeling me because they think I'm getting box, but I'm not getting no box, right? I got the baddest girl in the school, that all the little Spanish, the Spanish chick with the fatty, that all the niggas is like, yo, and then Tata just want to say she my girl. I'm not even hitting Tata. She just want to say she my girl, so go ahead. I'm not even trying to smash Tata. I wasn't even attracted to her like that. But we was cool. We was cool, so all right, cool. But we knew it was like a secret deal between me and her. We're like, it was like, let's just act like we go together type thing. All right, whatever. I just went along with it because, like, in my mind, I was like, yeah, this is a cool marketing move. See, it's weird. That's not how normal kids are thinking, right? So that's, that's what our thing was. So it was like, all right, cool. So once the neighbor kind of took it, right? The neighbor kind of took it. I didn't really like it. I found out that a man's, genitalia can be the same color as racquetballs. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh man, this ain't it, Jack, right? So after that, there was another situation where the baddest girl in the city, she had light skin, long hair. She had a nice, big old, soft, fatty, slim waist. She was developed in all the right ways when we was kids, right? She had a grown woman body. She was probably like, 16, but she was definitely with the issues, right? Two of my mans had hit, right? Now, both of my mans was fly niggas. Like, they playboy, get money, athlete type dudes, like, where girls like them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't outlandish that my man Corey and Ricardo had smashed. Because it was like they both was fly niggas. If you said, oh yeah, Corey, it's like, oh yeah, well, you know what I'm saying? Corey was a big man-sized paws nigga when we was kids. Big old diesel, doofy looking nigga. Like 6'4". He was like, yo, Larry, what's up? Like, you know what I'm saying? He was a jock type of nigga. Like, it would make sense if a young chick wanted to smash him. He was a big, in shape looking dude, right? And my man Rick was a fly nigga. He's a playboy nigga. You know what I mean? Rick was one of them niggas, and he was right. He was in the crew. So both of them was kind of in the crew. So it made sense that, like, all right, yeah, well, if she was gonna smash somebody around here, these is the type of dudes that you would, right? So it wasn't that alarming to me, but I knew in my mind though that, like, she smashing though. Like, she's smashing though. And she's trying to convince me that she's jacking me. So, pardon me, y'all. Pardon me. But yeah, but she's smashing, and she's trying to convince me that she's just feeling me, right? And I'm like, I'm kind of knowing that, like, man, you out here, you know what I mean? I didn't want to give her none, bro. And she was on my bumper, bro. She was telling everybody. She was just basically going all out to, like, on some, look, I just want to, like, just let me, you know what I'm saying? And this is what's weird that I got to understand this young too. A lot of dudes don't do that, right? Because most of us, as men, and eventually I got to this stage too where I got a little more waist down, right? Once I started getting more into, sex or whatever. But I used to be feeling like, hold up, like, and that actually makes women want you way more. They'll go through way more to say, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I mean? They'll just start topping you off right there, all type of stuff. And you'll be like, oh, because of the fact that you're saying no. Niggas don't know that because they never say no. Niggas be busy going through hoops to try and get it. So you make you making it easy for her to say, nah, you got it, it's for me. Versus it messes their heads up when you say, nah, I'm cool, baby. We could just be cool. And they're like, what? Because literally it makes you think differently when a woman, at least for me, when I told y'all about these childhood stories about getting money, and this was the way I understood love for real. This is what I realized later in life. This is the way I understood love. I went out with who to make money? My brothers, my dad, my family members, my niggas, right? This is the way I forged bonds. This is the way I understood relationships in terms of you give me, I give you, we're together doing this, right? So when I'm dealing with females and it's starting to seem like, okay, so this is only good for this, that didn't appeal to me as much, right? But this story is where it changed all for me, right? So this girl is on my top like a helmet, pause. She is basically saying, look, please, I got the house, I got a car. She had this Volvo, and she like, we can go to my house and we can just whatever. So, all right, she's bad. She got a fatty. In my mind, I'm like, all right, as long as I strap up, I'm gonna be good, right? So, all right, I go to the crib. We, you know what, on the floor, right? And this is inappropriate for you underage kids. I hope you're not watching this. And it says it on the video, but you parents need to make sure you're watching your kids. But if you are a kid watching this, you need to watch this anyway, because this is real and can happen to you, little nigga. So pay attention. But don't pay attention. But you know what I mean. So, on the floor, right? Big old fatty going, long ass hair, just. But, so afterwards, that was it. Like I wasn't the type of person when I was younger to like want to keep smashing a shorty. Like I didn't look at it like that. And a lot of men still don't look at it like that. Like we look at it literally, I'm gonna just be honest with you ladies. If these niggas ain't gonna tell you, sorry fellas, I'm gonna give up the game on this one. We look at it like conquering. That's the way we look at it. If we conquered you already, like we got to do all the nasty stuff we thought about doing and everything like that with you, it's kind of like, all right, now what? Like that's the way we look at it. Unless you are providing more for that man than just a physical desire, unless you fulfill a different type of role where we know we need you. Not that we need you but to function, but we need you to function on the level that we want to function, if you understand what I'm saying. Right? Once we understand, like, oh, wait a minute, she could do this. Once you're doing stuff and showing them, yeah, I already did this. I called your mama and set this up. Your clothes are in there ironed. Your food is on the table. You're this and this and that. It's like, oh, well, damn. I guess you do belong here. Duh. She's doing the role. She's fulfilling the role, right? She's putting the work in. She's showing you through her actions that she's down for you, right? That's what I was checking. Who's doing that when they're kids? You know what I'm saying? Kids are just, having fun, having sex, partying, all of this stuff, right? So, however long goes past, I'm sitting on the throne one day, taking a boo-boo, and this is the realest. Nobody's gonna tell you this type of story. Nobody. Especially that's a famous guy and a legend. But I don't give a damn. This is what happened. It's the truth. And it made me a monster. I was going to the bathroom on the throne, number 2ing. Next thing I know, scratching as men, ladies, we scratch our, our beads, right? Sometimes it's just a natural thing to scratch your beads, man. You know what I'm saying? Men, we got those, so we understand. We ain't got to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? But during the bead scratching, something that normally looks like, and I don't want to get too graphic, YouTube, I don't know. I wish there was someone that was like a little YouTube moderator guy that could just kind of like signal you when you're going a little too far and be like, hey, whoa. And you'd be like, oh, all right, right? Well, I don't know, right? But there's sometimes there are little markings on your beads that you don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like, and you don't know, it might be just a little pimple, whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? But you scratch. Oh, you beat me to it. You see that emoji in the chat. Yeah. That. Yeah. Yeah. All I was missing was some of this. And you know, some of this. That's all I was missing. One of the bumps came off to the side and just did like this. And I was like, oh, what? What? Oh, what the hell is that? I'm like, no. I didn't want to believe it was a real thing. I was in denial. I said, no, what? No. What? Now look, she said, yeah, right. Listen to me. Listen to me very carefully. In the 90s, chicks had bush. They still had bush in the 90s. It was welcome to the jungle. It wasn't no landing strips or none of that yet. He might have had the V. If you lucky, she had a mini fro with the V. If you lucky. You wasn't getting no light C's. You wasn't getting my haircut. This wasn't happening in the 90s with you know what I'm saying, with the JJ. It wasn't, no. They was here with it. Nah. They wasn't even there with it. I was gonna say they was here with it, but nah. They was here with it. They was fight the power in the 90s, bro. That's what was happening. Chick take her pants down, it might look like this. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You gotta go in there. You gotta go into the jungle. You don't know what's in there. You don't know what's in there. You can't see in there. I went into the jungle, man, and came out with some creepy crawlers on me, man. I was freaking all the way out, bro. I could not believe this shit. I knew it. I was like, I knew it. This nasty. I knew I shouldn't have done. Now I'm all messed up. First, I let the neighbor basically get hers off me. Right? She's laying there smiling and falling asleep on her bed with a bunch of rugrats out there running around. I'm embarrassed. Like, what the hell am I doing? Getting up, zipping my pants, going back home with blue, you know what's. Now, the second time that this the baddest girl in the city, the baddest joint out here. And she wasn't even from England, she was from Teaneck. And Teaneck girls was like you having like a Nunu. Remember Nunu? She looked like a ghetto Nunu. That's what she looked like. She looked like Lauren London, bro. But a hood version with bigger, cuter lips. Damn, Samar, you was oh. I didn't say her whole name. But she was bad. She was bad. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, gave me the creepy crawlies, right? So I didn't know, right? So the first thing I do as a young nigga, right? And we're already here now, so now we got to get into the story. Now we got to say it, right? So the first thing I do, I can't tell nobody this, right? What? Like what? Now, even though this was now people might front. Nowadays, that's crazy, right? But in the 90s, if you got boxed in the 90s, this was a normal thing, okay? Trust me. Niggas ain't gonna talk about it, they ain't gonna tell you. But if you was getting boxed in the 90s, they had bush. Welcome to the jungle, we got fucking gays. That's what it was. It was welcome to the jungle. And look, bro, we get it. Extentacion. Okay, now you're in timeout. We'll put you in timeout. All right? You're in timeout for 10 minutes. You calm down, bro. Calm down. All right? It's going crazy. Welcome to the jungle. Yeah, it was welcome to the jungle, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Bro, I was devastated, bro. So the first thing I did, I don't know. I just shaved all my, you know what I'm saying? Hold up. Light Caesar then. Light Caesar. That's the only thing you can do. Cut it off, right? I don't know. I don't know how this works, right? What I'm gonna do? Tell somebody? No, no, no. Right? No, 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 no. I ain't telling nobody about this, right? Shave on my joint. My man out there looking like an anteater. My man looking like a full-grown anteater. I'm like, oh man, this is crazy, right? But it's still not going. It's still itchy. I'm still like, what? It's just still, what? I didn't know how the whole thing works, and we're not even gonna get into all that because that's, oh my, it's already too much. This was already like, why are you telling the world the story? So it's like, I'm just the realest nigga ever, so I don't care. Like, it's just the truth. But this is actually a real story that kind of scarred me. It kind of made me think about sex and women and everything completely different. Because now I realize, wait a minute, you might literally have actual organisms on you just by literally being, what? I can have actual sea creatures crawling amongst my, nah, no, no. That's what it was like. That's crazy, bro. And eventually, I realized there was no Google. I don't think there was Google back then either. I don't think there was no such thing as Google, y'all. So I didn't even know what to do. How do you know what to do? There was no Google, I don't think. So I had to literally figure out that fact that you have to get a shampoo, right? But I can't go in the damn pharmacy and say, hey man, yeah, some girl, she gave me the stuff, man, just let me get the shampoo for the, you know what. They be like this. And you know what? Shout out to everybody that do got something wrong and got to go to the pharmacy to pick up their medicine. Them pharmacy workers ain't right. They be doing y'all messed up. They be like, we need, they be like, excuse me, man, what did you need? They be like, we need a Valtrex herpes simplex 2 medicine on aisle 3, please. It'd be one person in aisle 3 sitting there talking about. There'd be one person. There'd be one person sitting there. There'd be one person sitting in the aisle. We need a Valtrex herpes simplex 5 complex 5 cream to the front, please, for the gentleman in the third aisle. Nigga be sitting there with his whole family. They don't even know. They be like, no, baby, no, that wasn't for me. They got it mixed up, baby. Like this says your name on it, honey. You never told me about this. You never told me about this. You're getting cream for, when did this happen? Like, look, babe, remember I went to Miami? Remember that time that I went to Miami? Yo, the pharmacy workers ain't right, bro. He said, I'm really about to get in trouble. Don't get in trouble, bro. I don't want you getting in trouble, bro. All right? You know what I'm saying? He said, VD predictable as shit. You said it's, 3D medicine and shit. Word. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go get that medicine? Man, they ain't showing no mercy. You be trying to talk to them nice. I'm like, luckily I haven't been through this before, at least this part. But, because you know what I would end up doing? Taking that shit. I'm not paying for that medicine. What are you talking about? Now I'm supposed to sit there and embarrass myself by having to purchase some damn shampoo that basically admits that I'm out here burnt? Oh, well, shit. This is getting Jack. I couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? No, I can't purchase this, man. I can't walk up to the desk talking about, yeah, I ain't got no hair. They know it ain't for nothing up here. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I had no hair then neither. I ain't never really had no hair. One time I let my hair grow when I was around 14. I got it braided like Iverson. Shout out to my sister. She braided my hair up like Iverson. And it rained that day. And my hair got wet and it all came out the next day. I said, man, that's it. I cut my hair off and had a light Caesar or a little bit darker than this ever since, man. Easy way. So, long story short, now here I am putting this cream and shampoo or whatever it is to get rid of these organisms that are now infiltrating your own private area. And, you know, everything is cured, I guess, and whatever. And I don't see this girl for a while, right? And then I saw her in the supermarket, right? And in my mind, I'm like, oh, oh man, I don't even know what I was going to do to her, but I'm just like, man. And when I seen her in the supermarket, she's like, please no. I didn't even say nothing, but this is why the triflingness hit home. Because what do you mean, please no? How did you know? So you knew? So you knew? You knew you had a damn ant farm down there, and you put your vermin on me? You knew? What? She talking about, please don't do that, please. I'm like, man, I'm in the supermarket. I'm like, oh. It took every ounce of strength in me to not just. I don't know what type of sound effects that is, but something like that. Man, it took everything in me to not go hammer time on Shorty. You know what I mean? But I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I didn't hurt her. You know what I mean? But I wanted to. But you know what it did to me? It made me realize, wait a minute. See, you can't trust none of these things. Now, this is the sad part. This was before the story that I might have told some of y'all, and y'all paid attention to the live that we had before, which if you have not already, then you need to subscribe to this channel. You need to double tap the screen right now if you haven't already. You need to subscribe to this channel, and you need to check out all the other videos and stories we have, because as you can see, it don't get no more realer than this. I ain't put no cut on it. I ain't put no seasoning, in it, and there's always some good game in it. So this is the good game that I realized about this situation. One was to trust my instincts, that I didn't know were as sharp as they was then, but I knew it. I knew not to hit that girl. I knew, like, nah, I'm cool. But the thing around it, everybody, like, you bugging. Was she bad as hell? Like, you know what I mean? The normal, regular, whatever. Well, you know, why not? It's free, whatever. You know, I knew that wasn't my cup of tea. I wasn't that type of dude. Just because a girl was bad, that don't mean nothing. But sometimes, as a youngster especially, you know what I'm saying, you felt a little more obligated to just knock something down because of the principle. Like, all right, you got it. It's there right there. So just do it because it's easy. When in reality, you know, as you mature, at least the way I've matured, is I realize, like, bruh, you're not hitting them. They're hitting you. That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? 24,000 on the last vid. Yeah, that's 24,000 views on YouTube. It has 17,000 people just in the chat itself. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many people been in this chat, but the last chat before that had 23,000 people in the chat, right? So, you know what I mean? We doing numbers like crazy, man. But, you know, I'm not drunk off that. I'm really just happy that we got something good and organic going, because this is really my life. I'm really not putting no seasoning on it. So if y'all feeling it, then it means y'all must be feeling my story. So, you know what I mean? It's as genuine as it gets. He said, let's go. He said, we at 48 now. He said, I was moderating. I'm here. Yeah, I appreciate you big time. You definitely been on deck. You know what I'm saying? Butcher wannabe? What's a butcher wannabe? What's that mean? Benny the Butcher? Is that what you're talking about? The world already know, I guess you can send someone and get it delivered. Looking like you got skeeted on by an Easter basket. Skeeted on is OD though. That's a little crazy. The Easter basket is a little funny, I guess, because of the colors. This part does look a little Easter basket-ish, huh? You know what I'm saying? I'm just tropical with the vibes, baby. I'm about to pop out. You know what I'm saying? Give me some money with the mommies, B. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't be doing this tropical vibe shit. You can't see the teal tint and the glasses matching the teal, you know what I'm saying, with the teal and the shirt. You know what I'm saying? Then when you see with the you know what I'm saying, with the pink and the, you know what I mean? Y'all not doing this level of splashing and coordinating, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't, it ain't for everybody. You know what I mean? Just a different level of drip. You know what I'm saying? Different splash, that's all. But anyway, he said, this sounds like your pimp origin story, Jones. Yo, bro, what's deep is that when I think about it, that's not even the main one, but well, I didn't think it was. But now that I think about it, it's like, bro, that definitely was something that really just was like, wow, that messed my whole head up on just the way you think about vagina, period. It's like, yo, there's all type of shit in there. That ain't a safe place for you to just go. That ain't a safe place to just be, is inside any woman. That's what it made me know from a kid. So I already had girls that chose up, right? Tata chose up. Tata knew what it meant to be with me just because of my name and my street cred. And I hadn't even been really me yet. But I was a young version of me. I was doing stuff. I was a fly little nigga. And Tata knew being Liam's girl is just gonna mean something. She didn't want no kisses. She didn't want no sex. She didn't want none of that. She just wanted to say she was my girl. But she would fight a girl in a heartbeat for me. If I had a problem, she would be right there for me. She was a router. She would ride for me. If I wanted her to do everything else, she would have. But so, how am I supposed to go from that? I got the baddest chicks in the city. They got nasty ass, they nasty and dirty. They got stuff on them and all type of stuff. And these dudes is out here chasing and going through hoops to have these girls. Y'all don't even know these girls. These girls had sea creatures in they jungles as kids. She probably wound up a baddie that has some rich husband and everything else. He has no idea that she put sea creatures on Serius Jones back in the 90s. He's somewhere eating it out, feeling like he got him a queen. When she was like a neighborhood thought box that didn't even, man, Poom Poom Bugs. Oh, Poom Poom Bugs is diabolical, bro. Poom Poom Bugs. Hey, yo. Damn. He said, you look like my father's friend. I am your father's friend, man. Me and him grew up together, man. Me and him actually was dealing with your mom at the same time. But I let him have her. Let me stop messing with you. Stop messing with you. He said, that's terrible, cousin. You know I'm just messing with you, player. You know I'm just trolling y'all, man. He said, what's cracking, dog? What's happening? Man, I'm just telling everybody how the baddest chick in my hood, man, put some insects on my little privates, man, when I was a little young whippersnapper, man. You know what I'm saying? And messed my head up for life, man. You know what I'm saying? I started really looking at women like, wait a minute. These are diabolical creatures. These are diabolical creatures. And then Hasha, I had a couple crushes in high school that was really grimy little joints, right? And they liked the fact that I had a crush on them, and they used to try to tease me and flirt with me and all of this stuff just because they seen that I liked them a little bit. So I really saw like, wow, these are like real snaky, serpenty, Shout out to Colleen. I always wanted to smash Colleen. She was this Jamaican joint. She had a fatty. She wasn't even cute in the face. She had a lizardy face. I'm sorry, Colleen, if you ever seen this, because you know me and you know what I mean. But your face isn't that cute, baby. But you one of the sexiest girls I ever met. Colleen was just so sexy, man. She knew it. When we was in high school, she used to run track. She had the fatty. She'd be walking all extra when she see me and just turn around and would slap it and look at me with the look in her eyes. I used to give money to Colleen. I didn't even feel comfortable to approach her to smash her in real life. I could go home and get some money to Colleen. And she probably knew that shit when I was a young nigga. I was like, listen, man, I ain't mess with these bitches, but I'll go home and pull one out and up a bankroll on you broke assholes. But ain't none of y'all gonna be able to say y'all whatever with me. That's how I started looking at it. Cause look now. Y'all trying to burn a young nigga. Y'all just trying to go on missions to try to say you smashed me just so you can say you smashed me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was different for me, y'all. Ever since a kid, it's been totally different for me, man. I didn't get to be a normal square in love like y'all. And then when I tried to be, right? Then when I finally had a girlfriend after this is after this. I told y'all the story of this, but we'll sum it up in this video so you can have the official origin, right? He said, that's crazy. We could sum it up. The next girl, I actually loved her. I taught her little brother how to walk. She was my homie. We talked about everything. We shared life together. I really thought that I loved this girl. And she smashed some other nigga too. But you know what I realized? This is when I realized I was a different guy. This is when I realized I was a cold fish. Because I pretended like I didn't care. I was like, it's all right, baby. Da, 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 right? I caught her in a lie that I literally just pressed her one day and caught her in a lie. And it was like, oh, right? I couldn't really believe it, but I was like, I kind of could believe it. That's why I pressed it, right? So when I found out, it's like, all right, it's cool. I just act like it was cool and got some top. Never called her again. But I didn't tell y'all this part of the story when I told y'all the story of her before. And this is why it's deep. This is why it's deep. This is why pimp sticks are a real thing. This is why I'm grateful that I'm some game. I'm grateful I'm not one of these lames that will wind up the husband like the nigga that she's married to, right? Not knowing who your wife really is, right? Because this person has the nerve to hit me up, right? This girl that was my girlfriend in high school that I was faithful to, that I thought this is my girl, da 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 da. And I told her we was going away to school. Listen, I know we going da da da. No, I would never be without you. I can't believe you saying that. That's messed up. I would die without you. All this stuff, right? She write me suicide notes. How she she don't want to be here no more without me. All this cap. All this. Yeah. Funky ass bitches. Right? Just nastiness, just cap and just whack ass bitches. Right? Y'all dying. But I'm like, that's how I feel. It's just icky ass fucking, just nasty ass shit. Just cap ass bitches, right? This bitch says, right? Now mind you, I caught her in a lie one day, right? She claimed she was doing something. She was doing something else. Boom. Busted wide open, right? Oh, starts crying, all this stuff, right? After you saying all this crazy, I can't live without you, all the good cap stuff, right? So I act like it was nothing, got some top, never called ass again, right? 20 years go past. I just had seen her maybe a couple years ago in Times Square, looking hit, looking like, She always had bad skin. I kind of got her skin together a little bit, but she always had bad skin. But now, it was just looking like, wait, what? Like she had the roughest stuff, little nasty afro puffs. It was like, what are you doing, bro? Right? So, I didn't acknowledge her, and I hid from her kind of, right? And next thing I know, I don't think she saw me that day. But the universe is crazy, because somehow she found me on the internet. And she started liking all my pictures. Speaking of, if you haven't liked this video yet, you tripping like a white girl in a scary movie, and you need to stop playing like that. Because we going all the way up like a turtleneck and it's something stuck like cat. All right, I can't even pop it no more. I'm just like, It's too much work. But anyway. See, this should be taking energy. Talk this shit like this. Y'all be thinking it just be, you know what I mean? I tell you, it takes some energy. But like, bruh, Shorty found me on the gram and starts liking every picture now, right? So I'm not, and I seen your super chat, brother. I'm gonna get back to your question, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate your donation. I'm gonna get to you right now. Just let me land the plane, right? So I'm like, she just starts liking every picture. So I'm like, man, what the? So I'm like, I'm not saying nothing. I look at her page. She got her husband, right? Her king. My king, da-da-da. She all hugged up with her husband. He's some dumb eye having ass nigga. You know when niggas got the dumb eyes? Like they don't really know they married to a hoe, right? He's looking like this. He got the dumb happy eyes and shit, just like hugged up with the kids and her, just like, I don't know, I love, right? It's like, oh man, she got her a real sucker, right? So I'm like, oh man, she talking about my king, this and that. Some big musclehead nigga musclehead too. He's like, every picture nigga got the same fucking expression, right? Dumbass look on his face. This bitch starts DMing me. She can't take now that I'm ignoring her liking everything and saying all this shit in the comments. More cap. Now she's in the comments. I always knew that you would make it. I always knew that you were so special. I always knew it. Da-da-da-da-da. Man, I'm still not even, I'm about to block her, but I want her to see. So I'm not even saying nothing. I'm thinking she'll get the hint that I ain't saying nothing, right? Here she comes starting to send DMs now. Now you're sending mad DMs. Oh my God, da-da-da-da, I finally found you. All this shit, da-da-da-da, bruh. I let her just keep going for a while, still didn't say nothing. I wanted to see how far she would go. And she kept saying stuff like, oh my God, what hairline? Where's my hairline back at? You're making stuff up. Stop capping, brother. My hairline right there, bro. Stop it. Huh? And I ain't go to Turkey. Stop it. Anyway, so I'm like, yo, y'all be reaching. Y'all be looking for anything. Anything. It's lighting in here, bro. You can't see because of the lighting, bro. Stop it. But anyway, nigga like, matter of fact, I'm gonna block your ass because you just a hater, clearly. You ain't even getting the benefit of the doubt since you want to keep going with it. You're gonna be the only nigga trying to drag some lame shit. Anyway, so what you call it? Shorty just keeps going to the point where I just got annoyed, right? Because I know what you're doing. You still the same bitch, right? You still the same person. So I hit her and I said, what's up? I said, what you want? That was the first thing I said to her, right? I said, what you want? Before she could even answer, she started typing and I just put, you want an F? Yeah, she married. She married. So I'm like, I put, you want an F? Right? She like, oh man, I'm just saying, I thought we could at least whatever, but I mean, da-da-da. Exactly. You the same B word. You got a whole happy family right here. You ready to throw it all away just for some, just so to smash. You the same B word. 20-something years later. Right? She's stuck. She don't even know how to respond. Well, exactly. You would top me off right now and risk your whole family for nothing. So, unfortunately, these were the women that were my introduction to dealing with women. So when it led to me being a stomped down macaroni about my cheese that's not playing with none of you females unless it's for some fees, it's probably because I found out how many of y'all really be on your knees. And how many of y'all really is sleaze. Huh? And to do a nigga super grease. Man. Bruh, I got to find out early. And unfortunately, that's been a theme in my life. You know, I've had a lot of blessed women in my life that, that brought good to my life, but I've also gotten to see the dark side of life because of a woman. So, for people that want to judge and people that want to have an opinion, like they think they know how you think or they think they know why you think a certain way, people don't have no clue. You know what I'm saying? Because I actually was looking for that in a woman when I was younger and still am. I just wanted somebody that could really be like a companion to me on this journey, on this hustle. This life is not, it's a lonely life. Most people is not dedicated to nothing as much as I've been dedicated to just even being Serious Jones. You know how much it took me to just even still be here? Let alone be doing what we're doing right now, which is have one of the largest growing networks in the world. We had about 60,000 people coming in here, huh? Yesterday. I wonder how many people been in here so far today. I'm gonna find out as soon as I turn this off. And YouTube gonna tell me, oh, there was 20,000 people in this live, or 15, or 10, or whatever. Can you see my muscles? Well, being that your name is Shannon, I'm gonna assume you're a woman, but I'm not gonna flex my muscles for you, love. Not here. He said, go and kiss her husband. Yeah, she gonna top something off and go kiss her husband. Yep, that's exactly what was gonna happen. He said, damn, I'm married and now I'm paranoid. I wasn't trying to make you paranoid, brother, but I'm making the point so you understand that, brother. Like, there is a reason why I have the logic that I have, brother. There is a reason why I believe in the game. Because ever since a young lad, ever since a young whippersnapper, ever since a young tyke, ever since I was yay high to a horsefly as a young pup, a young wolf with small paws, you know what I'm saying? I seen. Look at my experiences. Look at my experiences, bro. How you think I was gonna come out? So it all makes sense, man. And I realized that myself when I had enough time to be in a cell and really sit there and think about my life and think about the decisions that I made and think about why, I've done certain things, why I thought certain ways about certain things. You know what I mean? I had to be, real with myself and reflective enough of myself. And that's, when I think about stories like this. I'm like, man. But I didn't clobber her. And I kind of want to say her name. But she might be, I'm pretty sure she's a mom or something now. And like I said, she's probably happily married to some guy that has no idea, that she had a jungle bush with all type of vermin crawling around it in the 90s. But a lot of y'all did. A lot of y'all mamas and aunties did. A lot of y'all mamas and aunties, that had dudes waiting in that line at CVS where they're like, Mr. Such and Such aisle thing. And he's like, shh, right? Such and such cream, Yeah. A lot of y'all aunties and mamas was out here flaming. A lot of y'all aunties and mamas was out here on drag on timing, B. You know what I mean? Flame on. I'm just saying, B. So don't be judging now. What y'all need to be doing, you know what I'm saying, is make sure you got them bushes cut down, bro. Like, ain't nobody got time for that nowadays, bro. Shout out to all the women that's actually... Y'all gotta stop laughing so hard in these comments. All I see is crying faces. Y'all gonna make me just keep laughing and shit. But look. Yo, man, come on, man. Come on, man, let me focus, yo. Let me focus up, B. Damn, man. Y'all niggas is crazy, yo. He said my jaw hurt. Pause. What's cracking, Freddie? What's bracking, Freddie Gibbs? Nah, man, I don't think his body nowhere near mine, son. It's Serious Jones, bro. You gotta do your homework. See, this was crazy. Y'all don't. A lot of y'all don't even know me. Y'all don't even know why y'all watching me. I'm Serious Jones, okay? I'm a famous, legendary battle rapper that has a battle on August 2nd in New York. If you're not already tapped in, make sure you check out my battles. Make sure you check out my legendary performances. Check out my music. The Art of Word War is an audio book that's available on Audible, Google Play, Amazon, etc. right now. You go check out Meet the Wolf, which is my album right now. Check out TCOF, which is the album right now. Check out G.I. Jones, which is the album right now. Check out Afro Jones, which is dropping August 2nd, along with Big T, who I'm battling on August 2nd. So y'all not tapped in is bugging. I keep calling me these names of these people that's not even important enough to hip hop as me. Respectfully, I don't think Freddie Gibbs is more important to hip hop than Serious Jones, brother. Shout out to Freddie Gibbs though. I actually like, a lot of Freddie Gibbs music. But I don't look nothing like that nigga, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Because I got a bald head? It's not even fully bald, if you look close. Like, come on, man. Serious Jones, all right? Not, oh, he looks like Freddie Gibbs. Oh, he looks like Key Glock. He looks like this. All you're saying is, I'm a new person that has no idea who I'm looking at, and the algorithm told me to come here because he's lit. Huh? That's what you're saying, buddy. You don't even know who you're looking at. But anyway, see y'all soon, man. See y'all soon. And he said, bro, you look like Mike Chappelle. Who's that? Is that Dave Chappelle's brother or something? Because that might be funny a little bit or something. Because you would have to phrase it different. You would have to phrase that different for that to be funny. Let me give you a little pointers, right? One, it'd be funnier if the name rhymed with Dave, okay? That's the way you make that funny, right? That's like, man, you look like Larry Bird, older brother Gary Bird, nigga. You the bird that never flew, nigga. You the bird that never made it. Nigga look like Larry Bird, older brother Gary Bird. Fuck out of here. You gotta make the name rhyme a little bit or something, right? Because why is it Mike? Why would he have a brother named Mike? You know what I'm saying? Like it's not funny, right? So I gotta teach you how to dress it up. You know what I'm saying? He said, check that super chat. Yeah, you right. Let me focus. Let me get that for you, brother. Pardon me. I'm tripping. You know what I mean? You spent your hard-earned money with the wolf. I'm over here lollygagging and dilly-dallying instead of answering your damn question. Okay, the Night Can't Rap says, these stories are fire. Keep focusing on the positivity over the hate in the chat, Jones. P.S. You should make me/big time moderators. Okay. I'm going to think about that, Night Can't Rap. I appreciate that. And you're right. You are right. And listen, y'all don't know, I know I just be saying stuff, but all jokes aside, y'all really touch my heart in another way with this shit, bro. No funny shit. If I perish tomorrow, astaghfirullah, right? We all can go tomorrow. I learned something about myself just doing this, and I'm sure y'all learned a lot about me, and just you might learn something about life, and that's something, if nothing else, right? That's something. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to just share good energy and good vibes. This seems like the purest way for me to do it at this moment, which is just to turn this camera on and just share my life, share stories, and just not have no cut on it. So if you don't know nothing about me, if you're just learning about me, or if you do, and you know my history or what you think my history is, some of these stories is going to give a little context to not only the man I am, but the type of brand I am. When you see me popping it, when you see me on my P's, when you see the relationship I have with women and why they just gravitate to me in a certain way, I don't know, but this is my life story. So when you know my life story and you see why, certain things happen, maybe it might put things in a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? It might put it in a perspective where you realize the potency of my game. But I appreciate y'all, man. He said, peace. Peace to you, brother. He said, hey, what's poppin', bro? I can't call it, man. I'm just chopping it up with y'all, man. You said, I really emailed you. All right, big time. That was you that sent that email? I'm going to respond to you, bro. I'm going to respond to you. He said, I also support you, gang. I appreciate that, Night Can Rap. He said, L stream boring. Okay. Well, Mitsuba that's trying to troll. Unfortunately, there are thousands and thousands of people that disagree with you. And you're just giving me a chance to remind people that my streams had a combined 60,000 views, not only in counting the YouTube groups, but just in the chats alone yesterday. So if people were entertained by my lives, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have 60,000 people watching it today. So you're a clear hater. And just for that, you are banned. Yeah, we're not even gonna do we're not even gonna let you come back. Because people that want to be that negative, you typing 7, 8 messages fast as hell. Like, some of y'all are really dedicated to hate. If you was that inspired to do something positive, I wonder what you can do with that energy. Even though you paying me, even though you making me money by commenting, period, sometimes I just don't want to see all that. So if you a dedicated hater, oh yeah, we're going to get you out of here. But anyway, he said, trolls incoming, time to get up and get out of here. No. We ain't got to run from them, you know what I'm saying? But we just going to regulate it, bro. You know what I mean? That's what we going to do. If you going to help me be a moderator, that's what I would have a moderator for. Just to look in the chat and see people that's just, doing their job, which is the haters got to do their job too, right? And other people got to do their job too, which is promote where they think it's a good place to promote, right? So when you see people in here randomly trying to spam stuff, it's because they see the amount of attention we get. They see the amount of viewership that we garnering. Because ain't nobody keeping it this funky with y'all. Respectfully. But anyway, it was good talking to y'all. I'm about to get focused on some other stuff. I appreciate y'all sitting here and listening to me tell y'all a story that I'm pretty sure is kind of not, you know what I mean? But hey, wouldn't you think a lot different? Wouldn't you start to take the stand of realizing, you know what, hold on, maybe I should focus on this bread. This bread, the thing that I fell in love with first, right? This thing I fell in love with first that never betrayed me. This thing that I fell in love with first, that my hard-earned work and my camaraderie and my relationships with the people I love, when I'm able to make progress and money with them, it's been a beautiful thing. Maybe I should focus on people that want to do that with me. Instead of people that pretend they care about me, that manipulate me with feelings, that manipulate me with their sexiness and their power of seduction. Nah, them powers don't work on me. Not on me. You can use it on everybody else. You know what's going to work on me? Loyalty. You know what's going to work on me? You actually doing the work. You actually showing me, see, Jones, I rock with you. I just did this. I'm doing that. That's what's going to make me believe a woman love me. Ain't nothing short of that going to make a woman ever. I ain't not. You ain't getting me. And there's women out there that be like, oh, y'all. Oh, you don't believe in love then. You're just supposed to love and it comes from your heart. Like, you're a square, and I would never be with somebody like you because you would never understand and respect my life. I'm telling you my life right here. I'm telling you what my experiences are. I'm telling you why I think the way I think. He said, get him. I'm telling you why I think the way I think, and if you don't respect the way I think about the world, if you don't want to see things through my lens, then how could I ever think that you want to be my woman? How could I ever think you really care about me if you don't even care of the way I see the world enough to say, well, look, if that's how he sees it, then I'm going to be like this for him. I'm going to help him to see it this way by me this. Now, it's different if this, which I ain't ran into yet. I haven't ran into a woman yet, which maybe by the grace of Allah, I would have met my match in a good way. If I ran into a woman that said, nah, you need to be doing it this way, black man, and showing me in actions a way that was better than my way. If that was the case, I'd have to respect it. The only other time that that's happened was somebody tried to act like they had a way that was some way like you should try this other way. People don't be having no better way. They don't be knowing the way. So if you know a way, even if it's the wolf way, right? I know a way. I know a way. You hear me? And the way I know, it's a sucker freeway. We ain't got no room for no ifs. We ain't got no room for no halfways. Ain't got no room for no I don't knows. We ain't got no room for no if I feel like it's. That's all. But yeah, I love y'all though, man. And we gonna keep building. He said, you right, Wolf. He said, I got the Woo sandal set. Sucker Free Sundays. Word. But yeah, man, I'm gonna chop it out soon. He said we got chops and flops, poom poom bugs. Your life crazy. Chops and flops and poom poom bugs, bro. My life crazy, bro. Damn. I'm still here though, man. Yo, he said Jesus Christ is the way. Yeah, that too, man. Blessings, blessings, man. He says, hola, what's up, Lucia? Hola, mi amor. Listen, all you ladies, y'all better stop flirting me on here, man. Follow me on Instagram. You know I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm out here. Now, this is what I will say, right? To all of my ladies, if you follow me, if you're in tune with me, right? All jokes aside, this is what I'm looking for in a woman. I'm looking for a loyal, funny, down-to-earth, homebody, good smelling, good food and traveling, just enjoying and taking in the best parts of life type of person, man. And if you could be that way with me and help me achieve all of my goals, I'll do my best to make your life beautiful. That's, to me, that don't sound like too much. It's just hard to find somebody that's all of those things no matter what. It's that no matter what part, right? This shit gonna happen in life. And most people, they ain't willing to ride no matter what. Once certain shit happen, it'd be like, oh, wait a minute, right? Sometimes you never even get to have the conversations with the people. That's the cold part. When you have bonds that's years and years long and they get broken, sometimes you never even get to have the conversation. They don't even get to know that either they was tripping or you was tripping. You never even get to have the conversation to work it out. And it'd be some BS that'll ruin a 10-year relationship, a 5-year relationship. It wind up just being somebody you never talk to again over some BS. Somebody you really cared about. Somebody you really put pain in about. Somebody you thought you really shared bonds with about. So it's imperative to me at this point that I believe in my game, that I believe in the game, that I believe that there's something out there for me and I gotta be that something for them. And it's yin and yang. And it can really be that simple. People complicate it because people do what? They be people. And people are imperfect at best. But anyway, I love y'all. Yeah, Diamond T. Yeah. Shout out to my man Gangsta Grills ATL. All right, Gangsta Grills with a Z. These is 10 years old, people. I want y'all to understand these are like 10 years old, bro, and they still look this good. So y'all need to tap in with my man. He's a black man. He's a hustler, and I be supporting my brothers and my black people and not that it's just about race or whatever, but I'm just saying, you know, I be supporting the underdogs. You know what I'm saying? So check out my man Gangsta Grills ATL. Grills with a Z, ATL. If you want to get some grills, he will hook you up, and he'll do a good job. All right? I love y'all, man. Talk to y'all soon, man. Life is serious.